All right, so I was thinking about doing an episode every once every month, but I meditate so much and I just zone out and I open my mind and I just get these waves and feelings, and then once I sit with those waves and feelings, they turn into words. So it's like I'm an active open channel, and I don't want to do a once a month podcast because it's gonna pile up. Or if I don't even record it at the moment I get the thought, and if I just write down the thought, or if I write down all of the notes from the thought or the feeling that I got, it's not gonna be authentic and it's not gonna come in a moment how I want everything. Because when everything comes in a moment and it's just authentic, I feel like it's more understood and more felt as it should be. So I don't want to have to hold the bar or hold the video. I could record the audio at the time I get it and just wait, but I feel like that's just me holding the thoughts and bundling them up on my computer, and I don't want to do that. I want to get the message out. I want to get whatever I'm feeling out because I feel like it'll help anybody and everybody that's listening or really, just into what I'm saying. Every message got a name on it, you know what I'm saying? Some people might get the message, some people might not get the message. But what I was sitting back and thinking was how nothing is really a loss and it's all just a lesson. You can, and it's just, I feel like, I feel like when people call things losses or we say we lost something, our our image of it, because like our symbolism is the first language before actual speaking. We can think of an image and boom, we can look at a word and think of 1,000 images. So like you think about losses, I think everybody's like symbology of loss or like what they see when they hear loss or say it is chalked up to it's gone and it's done. And there's nothing I can do about it. And it just was nothing. I gotta just move on without it. But I wanna share my how I feel about the word loss. And when I say loss, this is what I mean. And my definition of loss is close to lesson. I don't even consider loss by itself. It's loss slash lesson. And that's just how I look at the word because that's the polarity of it. But but how I look at the word loss is it could be an item, it could be anything material, it could be a person and it's physical, it could be anything. But let's say for instance, my grandma. I lost my grandma years ago, years ago. But as a kid, you don't nobody tell you how to grieve, nobody tell you how to mourn or anything. You looking at other people and you grieving how they grieving. If you want to be real about it. But as you get older and you lose people or they not in your life no more, you really gotta cope, bro. You can't be like that little kid you was no more. You gotta really sit back and reflect. And I was by myself for a long time and I was losing people and it was just like am I really losing them? That's really what I used to just think to myself. Because it's to the point I could think about them so hard. I can think about the good things. Because if you think about it, when people think about what they lost, they only thinking on the losing. They not thinking about the gain from what was their purpose when they was there? What was you there to tell them, serve them, whatever, and vice versa. You didn't think about you don't think about, oh, maybe she was here to show us this, show us that. Because everybody that you consider you lost, I guarantee you deep down, if you reflect, there's something that they taught you that stuck with you or that's still within you. And that's just 100. That's a fact. Because everybody that I feel like I ever lost in my life, I'm able to reflect. I'm taking up the good all of the good moments that we ever had. And it's hard for me to grieve in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about, oh, we was lit when you was here. We was lit when this person doesn't even have to be deceased. They can just be a friend that you no longer friends with, somebody that you not in a relationship no more. You can think about anything, but I'm telling you it's anything, but it's all a fact that it's a lesson. Nothing was ever in your life and went out and it was just chalked up to a loss. 1,000% of the time, 100%, any of the time, it was a lesson that you got. Whether you want to consider it good or bad, at the end of the day, it is what it is. So it was a lesson, and it's on you to really just look back and try to reflect on what they gave you and what you had to give to them, and the purpose was served. And I feel like we take that loss, which I'm putting in quotation marks, we take that as that is just like it's just gone. That's just what it is. And I feel like that's what creates negative grievances and victimhood and all type of stuff that we just don't need in our lives. But if you're willing to step back and really just appreciate the time, because bro, I guarantee you, if you feel like you lost it, there's a memory connected to it, and you have to find that memory, whether good or bad. I'm gonna say that again, but you have to find that memory, and you gotta digest it and get those feelings that you got from it out. And at the end of the day, you're going to reflect and look back and be like, "Whoa, this is what it was here to teach me." Bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro. It ain't nothing in your life that you lost. That's just, bro, that's what it is. You ain't never lost nothing. You not a loser. You not less than. You not none of that. And I will say, you are a loser if you just chalking up your L's. I'm going to say that, and I don't mean that in no rude way. That's just being 1,000. Like, that's being 100%. You are a loser if you chalking it up to a L, because that means you just considering yourself as you lost it. And it's like, bro, you gotta realize, bro, this our first spin for some of us. Like, this the only spin we remember around this earth. So we learning as we go. This our first time on this thing. So whatever here, bro, everybody's going through something. Everybody's learning something at the moment. Whether they take it out on you in a good or bad way, it's a lesson at the end of everything. And that's just the point. So that's just something I wanted to get off my mind. I don't want nobody to feel like they ever lost or losing something. I don't want nobody to feel like they're a loser in any way, because you're not. You just need to spend time alone, digest, do anything that helps you relax, and just relax by yourself. And don't be afraid to sit with yourself. Bro, I'm telling you, you gotta make peace with your dark side. You got to be willing to sit with your bad thoughts. You got to be willing to sit with all of that. Because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that can take you down from the inside out. And that's from the brain inside out. So you got to make peace with that. You got to balance the heart and the mind. Because your heart, 9 times out of 10, your heart is just wanting to forgive. And your mind is the blockage that's stopping you from forgiving and moving forward. You got to open your heart. You got to open your mind. And you just got to be ready to take a quotation mark loss and just get your last lesson. Get your lesson on. Because once you moving like that, bro, it ain't going to be nothing that can really shake you. It ain't nothing that can really break you. You're going to be stronger than ever once you realize you're not a loser.